Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back, of course, to the Time Bomb channel that I hope all is good in your part of the world. Today we're going green with envy and also green entry point for many Woly watches. Just while I'm cracking the box here, I wanted to give a quick shout out to two other channels here on the tube. Firstly, to thank them for their ongoing support, and then also give you a chance to check their work out. The first one, of course, is Nick over at Always On Time. He's just hit the big time with 1,000 subscribers, so please do help him grow further. And then there's Big Ed over at Mr. Ease, who is cranking out reviews faster than his Mazda goes around that track. So yeah, I'm not going to talk about the green box because regulars to the channel will know that I dislike it, but I think I can get over that part and just look at the watch itself. I mean, hot dang, this green dial OP is freaking beautiful. It's a stunner, an absolute winner. Let me just clear the table, pause there, and I'll get a little closer. So yes, as I was saying, that green, I mean, it's just gorgeous. It does, of course, take 6 layers of lacquer to get that green, so it's not just a 5-minute job. I did like the blue OPs we had in for about a year ago because I really like the shimmer off that blue dial. But this matte green is so much more subtle, very impressive indeed. And it seems that it's been a while since we've had some OPs on the channel. There was a time when we were getting lots in spicy colors, etc. And I'll throw up some links there if you're interested in checking those out. Smash that subscribe button, of course, if you're new here. That's helping us to grow as well. We're nearly up to 3,000 subscribers, which is just stunning. I'll shut up and let's get on with the watch. The 41mm version of the OYSTER Perpetual, not a new release, and it did have a little bit of excitement when it came out. It does, of course, sit quite squat on wrist. Let me just throw it on wrist right here, nice and early on. And you can see what it looks like. My wrist, for reference, is 7 1/4. I think it is the ideal size, but I can see why those with smaller wrists may not be as enamored with this particular size because it does sit quite squat and wide on wrist. And I'm wondering as well if that's actually a little bit of a trick of the light accentuated by that swollen bezel, because from top down it really does dominate. And it just seems to attract all the light that it can in the room as well. It's again, for me, I personally prefer the no date options. I just find them a little bit less fussy, and I don't know, this OYSTER Perpetual to me is just oddly satisfying. It just looks good on wrist, and yeah, I think the wrist print, in conclusion, is decent. It's 41mm across, but I still think it wins, or it manages to work well, because it is only just under 12mm deep. And I think that north to south as well just really helps it out. If we consider then the branding goodwill payment that you have with any of these particular brand, if we put that to one side, I don't think that the OYSTER Perpetuals necessarily deserve the, oh, it's an entry-level model snub. The 3230 movement that you have in here is the same movement that you've got in the Submariner, I think, and I think that, as a consequence, makes it a very good price point package. And that, in addition, it gives you 70 hours worth of power reserve. That's more than enough, more than most of us are going to need. The OYSTER Perpetual, of course, is not blingy, nor is it flashy. And if you can afford it, it makes the perfect daily wearer. It's almost like, this is an odd summation, it's almost like the Explorer 1 that the ADs are willing to sell you. I also really like the bracelets on these. I find that the unpolished center links just make this whole thing so much classier. That uniform sheen off there, I think, is perfect. It's exactly as it should be. I find that the versions which have those center links polished, they kind of remind me of something out of the 1980s or something very Tag Heuer. If you do, of course, need the polish, you get that in spades on the sides, because, yeah, as you can see there, the sides of those links are highly, highly polished. Newer version of the clasp, obviously, there, as you'd expect, and obviously that nice little bit of a taper down as well. Yeah, the bracelet, again, I think this makes this a brilliant option for most people. I don't think either that the male end links that you get at the end here actually push that wrist print beyond manageable, because as you can see, they're not massive, and they just stretch out just a fraction further than the curved end links. Sorry, the curved lugs. So I think, yeah, again, that just works there. You could easily, of course, throw this on a vintage brown leather with that green dial match, and I think it's going to look superb. What else do we like about it? So I like the Twix markers at the 3, 6 and 9. A lot of people dislike them. Yes, they are dominant, I'll give you that, but I still think that they fit well within the dial aperture. These, of course, do only come with 100 meters worth of watery goodness, but you wouldn't catch me in the pool or the ocean wearing one of these anyway. I think, yeah, I mean, there's a nice shot of that green. It's just so engaging and so easy on the eyes. It's not garish, and it's not like a yellow green. I think it's just, yeah, it's almost an ideal green for a watch dial. It really, really is. Up close and personal, we can see that we've got obviously the Rolex on the retort, but it's not actually that visible because the retort is so vertical. So it's actually kind of fun having to look for it as opposed to have it shoved in your face. Nice subtle detail there as well also. It's just gone past, but we'll put it back here. Another thing that I like is the seconds hand. It's just so pointy and needly. Really, really nice shape to it. But you don't have any issues with visibility on this one because that shiny slice of silver just glides perfectly over that green. Again, uber legible and no issues at all there. There's been a lot of speculation about the discontinuing of dial colors and blah, blah, blah. I've got absolutely no idea, and I really don't want to go down that road. I know that the Tiffany blue seems to have had everyone getting their panties in a bunch, but it's just not a color for me. I prefer this green color because it's a color that you find out in the countryside, you know, and it's got that better link to nature as a consequence. And the effect to me on my eyeballs is just proof point. Also combine that green with the chromolite lume, and yeah, as you'd expect, it is simply faultless. In conclusion, question that I was asking myself when I was thinking about this one is that, can you see past the brand to see the watch itself? For me, I often find it so very difficult to separate Rolex, the brand, from what you get as a watch with these things. Such marketing sponges, aren't we? But I still think that the OP remains a very attractive option to many people, both as an investment piece, because they're always going to be in demand, and as a wearable piece, they are the lowest entry point. They're very easy wearers, and the colors are brilliant, and they're ultimately a very, very versatile watch to my eyes. These do retail at £5,400 here in the UK. And then on the after sales market, I think the cheapest ones, newish, are around 9,000. So they're clearly not for everyone's budget. And I get that. And I promise we'll have some more G-Shocks and other things coming up for review on the channel as a consequence. All right, guys. What's your view on the Oyster Perpetual? What's the view on the different colors that we've had on the channel of these? Which one's your favorite? Please do drop us a comment down below. Thanks as always for your time and for your view, and hope you've enjoyed this rather special little OP today. Cheers, guys.